What's up, team? Today we're going to be looking at different positions that use 7 players. So here is one of them. As you can see, this is how you would start off on a kickoff. Later on, if the ball were to be over here in the field, the 2 midfielders would be up. So about this position, here is, these are forwards, wing backs, who would track back, and one would go long, the other would stay at half or behind. So it would be like that. So most of this is the forwards helping out the wing back who might make a run, something like that. So this wing back would stay here. If the ball is here, this wing back makes a run. And if you know what a 1-2 pass, it would be a pass here. He makes another run and a pass back. There is a defender for this. There's 2, and this one could block off the pass, and this one could have a surprise attack. So this wouldn't be the best area for this. So normally, forward passes, let that step, have a 1-2 pass. He tries to come. The wing back will move from here to here, and it can make an open pass, though the better spot is right here, past the defender. Now, the only problem with this is, where is the build-out line? Build-out line would probably be here, so that would usually be offsides. So the thing, that is offsides. But still, there's a lot of different combinations you can make, and it gets interesting. So a different kind of position is, we have one forward, and that one forward uses different kinds of things. So like, if this forward right here are the wings, and then here would it be the backs, midfielder right out of the circle, and goalie, same spot right here. So here in this position, usually this run is made, and until about here is where this person stops. So stop here. Has a nice open pass. Now the forward should also move here to the other side so that the other one can get wide and check it's still not offsides. So there's no problem with this and offsides. This one could dribble and then look at the forward here. Dribble, not offsides, box cross, and you could have a curve over into the goal. Or could have a switch and not be offsides and just go boom over here. And that means that this wing will be here. And if this were to stay and make a run, wing back must stay over here. So the forward move up. And so if this were to actually happen in a game, I say it wouldn't be such a good way to try and get around the defenders. So my way is that on the kickoff, you play it back to the midfielder, who plays it back to the goalie. From the goalie, the forward steps. So if you make them step high, then that is going to make there be less defenders to beat. Make them step high. And when they step high to here, after he's passed it, you have open space here. So now if you haven't noticed, I haven't changed the other position. So why was it so difficult to get around and make that box cross? This is a different formation. This is one that's harder to build around. Compact, nothing gets around it. So that's why you get into that cross area over here. So here, they would have one forward to press right here. And then here, these would become wings. Now I'm going to add some color to these because it's getting a little confusing who's on whose team. So these two, same team, you know, and these gone in midfielder. So now up here, what would be happening is the goalie would have the ball. Now these would have stepped, so these guys are already marked. Who do we play? Midfielder can move. If the midfielder moves to right here, most likely the defender will not press and hold. That is a good way to play. So the way around this is then the wings should be dropping back. And also, you have two defenders here in this attack. So you could just play here, drag into the middle, across. A nice swing. Now this is a good combination. Then, forward, runs. Not offsides. And then, forward has ball. The other wing, in the meantime, will have what should be running and should be about here. Not quite offsides. Now, maybe add a little off, but like that. So the forward has the ball, play here as this one curves into the middle, and then midfielder should be here for the drop again, and just get it in an endless triangle. I call this the endless triangle, where it can switch back and come back again. So it just breaks up all the defense. They're running, so then it just goes in a flow. So the way that if you get it to the goalie, boot it past one defender, not offsides, to right here. So on the field, if you were a player like the forward, you wouldn't be wanting to play around. Also, what I'm not doing is here is beating a defender. I'm always passing through, which I want people to know that doesn't work. So of course this guy should be able to beat him. The forward should step here. This should be here. So there's a lot of corrections. You can play passing. That's just keep away. So what I just gave you were tactics for keep away in this one. Now in the other position, it's a better position for playing keep away. I say because when I've played this position, it's been really easy to just pass in the back and forth, and the whole thing just works in the back. But the other one, same thing, endless triangle. Maybe can get it to the goalie, go out. So with 7 players on the field, you can do a lot. But with more, you need a bigger field. I say it's better to have more players, but let's think of it, it's better to have less. Think about it. If this midfielder wouldn't be here, and the forward wouldn't be here, and these two wings, this is other team's wing, come in here, and then the whole team was in, they just had a triangle, 3 players. Now I say that this means he has to step, because if the ball is up here and you are using any position, the goalie will the goalie should step up out of the box if it's on the other half So when it is on the other half, goalie steps. And so the whole thing shifts back and forth depending where the ball is. So, for example, if we go back to having normal 2 forwards and wing back, and then 2 backs. Simple, right? Now, from this, there is different things that I would have to change. I couldn't have a big thing over here of the passing in it, because that means stretch, and this guy has to step up, which isn't that good. These two should step steady and make sure if it comes, I say, don't drop back. Just stand there, be a wall, and don't let the defenders beat you. Because when I watch some soccer games, I see running. Back. Oh no, he's coming. Why don't they go stop him? Or make him go to the other side where it's dangerous to lose the ball. So I've seen this many times, and I've just thought, why would they do that? So, okay, so if there is 2 defenders, midfielder, forward, and 2 wings, and a goalie. So, if there's that many players, if they are all in these certain positions, would it do good for this guy, if he were to be pressed, this guy right here, to be pressed by this guy, to run back? Maybe. Because you could put him, if you stayed goal side like this, and let him run and chase him off to the side, because there's one defender that has never been beaten. Maybe it has because the referee is not good. It's the sideline. The sideline, if the ball cannot pass the sideline always gets it to the other team. So you could go bam. So cornering a player might be the best choice in this situation, or beating him one-on-one. Have a cross, but it might put more pressure on your team because the whole thing has to drop back and get in. So, for example, if this guy wins the ball, there's a wing, a forward, another wing, and this other guy. That means this wing gets wide, and then we have pushed these 3 defenders up. So this guy's wide and can make a clear run in. And also, the wing is up here. So if we literally look at this, it's not that hard. These guys, wide, he's ran over here. So, after he has made a run, forward right here. So really, what we're looking at is these 3 versus these 3 and a midfielder. So the midfielder here would be trying to stop it. If it gets past, that's what you do if you win it. Or not, we have to be okay with a goal, because a goal is always going to be there. There's always a chance of a goal. If you lead out, I say that's the best one, because it is a thing where you have to be back there and there's no kind of dangerous. You have the ball, you have a chance. So you could have a goal kick. That's great. So try and dribble out, but they'll probably try and cut back. You'll have to step with the foot from here and close down this person's run. So a lot about this is how they're attacking. What if this guy right here had the ball? Step up, with midfielder. In 1v2, the one who's most likely to win is the team of 2. So they can turn back. Now the midfielder on the other team must be open. And then after that he is open, he gets the pass. But there's one problem. What about this guy? What about a 1-2? What about this being played in? What if he could move there, behind again? Now, we also have to think what's offside. I'd say about where he is, but before. And this guy would make the run offsides. So there's little things that I'm showing you, as you can see, that, oh yeah, that's great, oh, it's offsides. That you need to learn how to fix these things and make sure they don't happen. And then offsides line. So he's safe from the offsides line, and that's good. But midfielder is still here. He's still here, but he's here. But he can still run. The midfielder can run, so you don't shut him out completely. He'll just come back. So, swing. That midfielder can turn back. Midfielder, wing. So midfielder is right here, and the other team's midfielder is right here. So here, this is tight. He could pass to someone else. He could pass here. And now the forward and those are there. So don't feel like you're forced into one person. Play simply to the forward with a good direct shot. Now that's a little far, but I mean that's around the halfway line. But I don't think it's that bad. Pass here, make a dribble, makes a run here. Now these two would obviously be shifting, and the goalie's still here. That's when I was, okay, never mind. So in this attack, it's hard to say why and how do you get back. And I'm back on you can't beat someone one-on-one. Beat someone one-on-one. Because it is important to have skill moves. If you don't have skill moves, but you know how to pass and you can pass, you won't get goals and you lose. But you want to be able to pass around. But it is hard in some ways with offsides, because usually you get stuck here. This is the spot where you get stuck the most. Honestly, this is the spot where you get cornered. Now they're just going to push you up into that dangerous spot. Turn to the other side and make that pass. They'll go whoop, but you will have already gotten that pass over if you do it quickly. It's like, so, there's not much to say anymore. I've explained a lot. And in my own way of my own 7-person formation is, well, I'm about to show you. I just gotta erase everything. Here we are. And so here is my formation. I say right here, some wide players, more, and I have 5 down. And now I can put one more here. Because obviously I'm doing a switch the backs. I say having this is more convenient. I have 2 options on each side. Here, he's just running around. It's not as capable. And then here, who's got the ball? It's all on where he moves. And so, in this kind of area, I say that when this happens, when you're up here and you are attacking, when you come up here and here, and you're in this general area, this is the area where the passing needs to be done and the smart decisions. And notice fender beating should be done here. This is where pass and the person dribbles, because you have that pass into space and the defender's here coming. And then, whoop, but too late. Curve, ball to forward. So you know what I mean. So, I need to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night.